This is part 2 of our 1987 Rolex Datejust service, and last we left off we need to replace the cracked jewel in the barrel bridge. This is done by pressing it out with a Horrier tool with a carefully sized die. The jewel must be pressed into within manufacturing tolerance, and once this is done we can continue with the service. I've cleaned and lubricated the keyless system and train bridge and underside of the barrel bridge already, as well as replaced the mainspring in the barrel, so now we need to replace the pallet fork and balance. Giving it a quick shake will bring the watch to life, and so we need to oil the end stones on both the balance and main plate side of the watch. We'll quickly reassemble the calendar system, resecure the movement spacer back in place and add the calendar ring, making sure the date changes smoothly. With the dial and hands on, it's time to take a look at the case. I can see there's too much space between the bezel and glass, meaning that this watch has been fitted with an incorrect gasket, so we'll need to replace this for the right sized one. This Rolex tool set makes replacing glasses and gaskets straightforward, and once it's pressed in place you can see the clearance is much lower as it should be. After replacing the case we can look at the automatic system, and the plate is cleaned up well, having removed all traces of rust and dirt. There are obvious signs of a worn axle in this watch, as I mentioned in part 1, so we need to replace this for a new one. The axle is at the centre of the rotor and needs to be punched out in order to be replaced. We can do this using a staking set by carefully hammering out the old one, and then carefully hammering in the new one. It's important to punch the new axle in enough that it holds the rotor firmly and doesn't allow it to grind against the plates, but hammering it in too firmly will damage the rotor and likely be another expensive replacement. The watch is now fully serviced and ready to go back to the customer once cased up. Thank you for watching.